Where am I? Have I been kidnapped? Oh, what happened to me? I hope I'm safe. The last thing that I remember was that I was doing a Reaper Overwatch video. What the hell happened after that?
What the hell was that? This is Sniper 1. The target is at the window. Over. I repeat, the target is at the window. Over. What should I do? Alright, you got it. Well, hello there, Tyler. Now I'm going to show you 3 pictures, alright? And I want you to identify who this man is and if you know him. Now this man is one of the most wantedest mans in the whole world. He's a dangerous human being, and he should be thought of such. He's one of the leaders of Overwatch and probably one of the oldest people you'll ever see fight in a Battleborn uniform. Do you know who this man is? You know, I love to see the pictures, but you know, you sort of put me in a bind here to where you covered my fucking face, so I can't really see anything now, can I?
Damn, I've never really thought this through, did I?
His name is Reinhardt. Now, if you give me any information about him, now would be the best time to do it. Yes, me and him were great comrades back in the old days of war. Oh, I can just remember him now. Me fighting alongside him with his big, huge shield. Such an amazing guy that person was. Wait, you said he had a shield? But I heard the reports we've been getting, he also has a shield and a hammer as well. Can you give us any information about that hammer that he uses? What? Hammer? I didn't know he had a hammer. The only thing I saw him have was a shield. Trust me, that's all he had was a shield. I've never saw him with a hammer before. Never. Now you listen here, you. I know you know about Reinhardt. Tell me where he is! Is that who I think it is? Damn it. It's him! Damn it. You know what I always say. You want to do something right, you do it yourself.
Say hello to my little friend!
Reinhardt!
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? 3-man broadcast here. I am your host, Hearty Sniper, and today we are back with another Overwatch character analysis episode. I'm sorry I haven't done these in a while. Last one I did was Reaper about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago maybe. But we are now finally back with it, and we're going to discuss our first tank in Overwatch, which is going to be the man as you see on the screen, Reinhardt. Now, this guy is one of the oldest characters, is the oldest character in Overwatch, besides the new character that they did release, which is Ana. I do not see how old she is. Let me go ahead and look up how old she is right quick, but I'm sure I'll look it up later, but I'm sure she is a whole lot less older than Reinhardt is, because Reinhardt is 61 years old, which is pretty damn ridiculous to be fighting at that age. But he is part of the Overwatch team, and let's get right into the abilities that he does. Let's first of all get into his most iconic feature about him, and that is, one of the most iconic features about him is the hammer that he has. It is a melee type weapon. That means it's not a firing weapon. You can't shoot it. You can't throw it at people. It is purely melee, swinging around, hitting people with it, and it does 75% damage, and the maximum range of it is 5 meters. Now we're going to go into the second part, the second most important ability that he does have. And I would have to say probably the most important ability of this character, and that is the barrier field itself, the barrier that he produces with his little lion shield, whatever that he does, or his little lion on his he has one hand, in one hand has his hammer, and the other I guess on his arm he does have the tiger thing on him, which is the shield ability, which does 2,000. It has a range of a 2,000 shield. It pretty much can block any damage that coming towards you with the shield. It's a very huge wide shield as well. It does, like I said, blocks for 2,000 damage. Powerful, rectangular. It's face forwarding. That means it's not 360. It is forward facing. You can move it around. You can move it up and down, but you can only have it facing forward. And once you do use the shield, you do go out in third person as well. And now we're gonna get into another ability that he does have, which is the charge ability. Now the charge is a weird thing that he has, because it's like a gung-ho style approach to his ability. Pretty much when you charge, you just go forward and smash into people, smashing them against the wall. The initial hit of the charge is 50 damage, and if you actually pin him to a wall or a surface, it'll do another 300 damage, which pretty much, so that means when you pin somebody, you can take out pretty much half the characters in Overwatch, including Tracers, Mercies. And the maximum range is 55 meters, so once you go past that 55 meter threshold charging to people, it will knock them, you will separate between the person and it'll push them back even farther. And we're going to another ability which is called the Fire Strike. Now the Fire Strike is an amazing important ability for Reinhardt, because as I said, he is a melee type character, but the Fire Strike does give way for him to actually shoot out a projectile towards characters. It's linear, that means it doesn't go it goes from X to Y direction straight to wherever you point it at, it goes up and down, goes straight to wherever enemy you want it to have. And pretty much that entails is pretty much you have to be spot on with the shots. You pretty much have to be like a sniper in a sense, if you can guess it that way. It has to be a sniper. Yeah. So anyways, the damage, it does 100 damage, and the cooldown is 6 seconds. A headshot, you can try to get headshots with it, but pretty much this is just like a body type shot. And then we're gonna go into his ultimate ability, which is the Earth Shatter ability. Now the Earth Shatter ability is an area effect. It does it in an area, wide area. It is linear, like I said. It's a linear. It's pretty weird because it's like a linear area effect to it. And pretty much what it does is that when you smack your hammer on the ground, it pretty much, like it says, it shatters the earth. It rocks the whole. It rocks whoever's in that line of fire. It rocks them to the ground and pretty much immobilizes them for about 2.5 seconds. It does have 50% damage, but it does have a very, very long charge time to boot. Now let's get right into, like I said, the tips for Reinhardt. This is pretty much the ultimate tip. If you watch this video, and I want you to remember one thing about Reinhardt, and that is to use the shield as best fit. Now what do you mean by best fit? As I say, best fit as in don't use it for yourself, but rather for your team. Do not be selfish with it. What I'm saying is that don't stray too far from the team to knock some people out. Use your barrier mostly to block enemy fire from your teammates, not yourself, but for your teammates behind you. There's been many countless Reinhardts that I have seen to where they would just use the charge ability, like we said earlier. They would charge into a battlefield, smack some people, and then die while the enemy, and when you're charging towards an enemy, pretty much when you charge, you're pretty much gonna be behind the enemy line once you do that charge. So what's gonna happen with the team if you don't at least kill one person with the charge? What's gonna happen to your team that you left behind? They're gonna get demolished, they're gonna get dominated, they're gonna get destroyed, all because you didn't decide to put up your shield. And that's the most important ability of him to have, is make sure to use your barrier shield wisely. Use it for your teammates, not for yourself. Charge as well is a pretty much is a tough ability to use. Charge when you know 100% they're gonna be hitting a character. If they're, like, let's say if there's a turret bastion, I know I'm gonna say, I always say turret bastion in videos, but if there's a turret bastion and you're in a corner, use charge to take him out. Charging is pretty much good for the lockdown, especially Reinhardt is good for, you know, for the attackers that come into a certain objective or try to do a push on an objective. Charge is a very good way to disrupt the team. You can charge to it. You can charge to a certain area where you know the enemy is going to be at. You probably could pretty much get one or two if you are lucky enough. But you pretty much be able to get one person and you're pinning, and you can pin them to a wall, or you pin them, you know, off the map. You can be suicidal. I've done it as well with the Reinhardt, especially on maps like Lijiang Tower, where you have to hold that point where it's behind this wide open area. You can charge people off the map, off that. I've seen people done that. So pretty much charge is a pretty much fun ability to use for Reinhardt, because it's not the melee type character that you're gonna see. It's pretty much outside the box thing that you can do. It's pretty much like a last ditch effort. You know, if you want to take on an enemy but he's running away, charge is a pretty good way to stop him. And then we're gonna go into Fire Strike. Fire Strike is I love how they did this for Reinhardt, just because of Fire Strike. When he's able to do that projectile, it pretty much gives him way to say, hey, I'm not a melee guy, you know. I can hit you from afar if I need to, if I want to. If you're just, because, you know, if you have the shield up and he didn't have Fire Strike, pretty much the whole enemy team could be like, oh, he can't hit us. He really can't hit us. We can just shoot him all he wants to. But Fire Strike gives way to where, oh, I can hit y'all from far away. So that's a pretty cool ability to have. And then we go to Earth Shatter. Earth Shatter is I'd say one of the most hardest abilities to use in Overwatch, because it's just so hard to get the enemy lined up in a certain way to where you can Earth Shatter more than two people. The most I've ever had Earth Shattered are probably about 3 to 4 people. I never had the complete 5 or 6, even 6 people Earth Shattered all at once. And Earth Shattering is a pretty hard ability to use as well. So look out for the enemy. Use Earth Shatter only when needed. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Reinhardt tips and tricks. If you want to get more tips and tricks about Reinhardt, about how you play as him, do you play as him as a team player and, you know, block the enemy, or do you like to play him as like a brute and just smash people up and down. Comment down below what you think of that. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're new around here and want to see more Overwatch character analysis and any other gameplays that you want to see from Overwatch, click that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in a later video. Take care, everybody.
Shut up and sit down.